bread. I've baked a cheesecake or a lot of.
Hey. Sorry, I just realized that there has not been audio going through that. I thought there was audio and I thought I was playing music for everyone. I thought it was really awesome. And of course, yeah, the internet has defeated me. But yeah, I'm really stoked to be here with you tonight and looking forward to showing you a little bit around my new project, Cryptowaves. So I thought I'd begin by telling you a little bit of the story behind it, because I've been dropping all these teasers and you may have seen all this content I've been bombarding you with about how it was made and the nerdy stuff. But I kind of wanted to start by rolling back and telling a little bit of the story. And then as more people join in, I will play the songs, and we are actually waiting on the video. It is rendering as we speak. So I'm actually going to play not even the final premiere tonight, but it's going to be sort of the first cut, and you are going to watch it at the same time I do. So this project has been super unreal, to be honest with you. And by the way, I just want to say, if you're watching this on Instagram, please get away from Instagram Live and join me on Twitch/ill_Isha, or join me on YouTube, or join me on Facebook. I am streaming everywhere with audio and visual, and I'm just sitting here on Instagram taking up space, so I'd much rather you watch me over there. So essentially, let's roll back. Again, if you're on Instagram, you will not be able to see any of the stuff that I'm doing, so please get somewhere else. But welcome everyone to the very first Cryptowaves listening party. I have a lot of exciting stuff to tell you about and show you. So let's talk about Cryptowaves. What is Cryptowaves? So Cryptowaves, I initially dropped this teaser to tell people about it, and I'm just gonna actually play it. Yeah, so basically that was the first thing that anyone saw. People were just kind of like, what is this? And well, what it really is a product of me getting into a bunch of new stuff, and then also combining it with a bunch of old stuff, as in stuff that I've liked to do for a really long time. So Cryptowaves actually started when I was just starting to get into crypto, and let's rewind all the way back to last fall. So Audius, who some of you may know about. This is my Audius account right here. Audius is a really awesome platform built on the blockchain, and I have been kind of on there since the early days. I really love it. It's full quality audio, so when you listen to stuff on Audius, it is not being compressed at all. And what they did was they gave their early adopters an airdrop. If you know what crypto is, you'll know what that means. If not, essentially they rewarded their early users with some. And this kind of gave me a catalyst to start checking out crypto, because I'd never really had a pathway in before. And I studied it on my own for a while, and then over here in Valencia, Spain, where I am, I actually connected with this company called Stakes, who is, logo up there. They're doing this project together with me. They've been super awesome, believing in me the whole way. And one of the things that happened is I started trading crypto lessons for sound design lessons. And so the first time I was looking at these crypto charts, I'm gonna make this bigger. I don't know why it's so small. Let's do that. And by the way, let me just say, if you want to join me in the chat, the link is up there. It's EDM Production Discord. That is my place, my second home. And I'm stoked to talk to all of you there. And it's a free resource for people of all ages to learn production. So got the chat going. Feel free to ask any questions. And I will be doing some sound design demos and stuff for you tonight as well. So let's go back. Okay, so I looked at this graph, right? And was just like, this looks like a wavetable. This is kind of my world. And what would it sound like? And so you can adjust like the settings on these things. You can get rid of these little edges, and you can make it black and white. And to be honest with you, I don't even remember how I got it here, because it took a while of clicking around because I was such a noob. But essentially after that, I got to the point of making these very crappy looking PNGs. So let me find that. And a lot of you have seen them by now, but essentially they looked a lot like, let me just do like this. So I had these PNGs and I just used Photoshop and I made the white line against the black. And then I started importing them in. This is the Bitcoin. I did this for 4 different charts and I started importing them into Ableton. And Searing is really cool because it allows you to just pull in, there we go. It allows me to just pull in wavetables. So as you can actually see, this is that Bitcoin wavetable right there. And yeah, I gotta still set up my audio. Wait, let's see. Is that coming out? I think it's just super quiet, but yeah. This is gonna take a second because I've been rushing around all day. Let me, yeah, it should be working. What is happening? All right, we're gonna go back to that, right? I'm gonna play the album first, but essentially, you get the idea. So I did this with a bunch of different wavetables, 4 to be exact: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Uniswap, and Doge. And I started kind of discovering that not only do they make really, really cool sounds, but I also was getting really interested in the terms of crypto finance. And there's a lot of really weird and wacky words. So I actually started keeping a journal, which is super weird. I haven't kept a journal in years, ever, well, since I was like 18 maybe. And I used to do calligraphy. That was like one of my hobbies I had when I was a kid. So I got a little obsessed and I started learning about crypto finance and I just started writing out, fancy letters. It's kind of a meditation exercise for me. I just wrote out all these words, and these are all words that are actually from crypto finance. So you've got like the interplanetary file system, and you have atomic swaps and eclipse attacks, and essentially the whole thing just started making me think about outer space, like how crazy it would be to be inside this blockchain in this space world. And then this character started coming forth and I started writing these lyrics. So as a result, less than 6 weeks after coming up with this idea, because this has all been done on NFT time, and if any of you are in NFTs, you know that they go by in like 5 seconds. And so now I have this collection on OpenSea that is telling this story that has come from this, which has emerged into a 4-chapter thing. And let me show you kind of how the process went. So I kept writing like a maniac, created the character, and then just picked 4 chapter names that were actual crypto finance events and really just tried to sit and interpret them in this way of like, how could this be part of a story? And what I came up with is sort of this kind of hero's journey type of thing. So let me see. This book is getting crazy. And by the way, this is the journal. It's actually in one of my NFT auctions, so you can be the only person to have this. This is definitely non-fungible. I'm never writing this again. So essentially the story became this: birth from chaos, discovering joy, isolation, confusion, and sabotage, clarity, purpose, and identity. So kind of like a Big Bang Theory. And there's 4 chapters, there's 4 currencies, there's 4 different sort of distinct personalities and songs that are made with them. So let me show you the visual and I will show you the first song. And the exciting thing is that as of today, Black Swan, this is the first song, is minted on Catalog. And Catalog is a really cool audio-only NFT site. So there's only 1 copy of this. And this is the first chapter of the story. So let me bring you there. Let me show you kind of the little NFT that goes with it. And then we will play the song. So let's see what we got. So the first one, I have these on OpenSea. And let me go here. Yeah, and so each of these is digital art. They've got animated Max for Live visuals. And this is actually generated from the Bitcoin graph itself. Bitcoin is chapter 1, this song is chapter 1. And so this NFT is just like an animated piece of art, and it comes with a little mini composition, which is all Bitcoin sounds, like this. So that's the theme, you know, that we're going to be looking at. And let me just clean. Yeah, sorry, I'm sort of just tweaking the easiest way to show you a bunch of content in a really short time. So bear with me. This is not going to be the most elegant thing, but, you know, DIY. And by the way, this has been, I just want to give special thanks to the whole NFT community, because this is really inspiring for me to create something instead of for the most listeners, just for the most interested listeners. So this really got to me. So this birth from chaos, this Black Swan, this is the track in question. I want to set the scene for you, right? So basically, she is born. This is the orphan block. This is the character that I've created. She is born into this world of chaos, right? Of total. So wait, the background music is still playing. So let me see. Let me troubleshoot this. So I didn't play anything. What's still playing? I'm so weirded out right now. Okay. Let me just check. Doesn't look like anything's playing. So let me just make sure I see. This is very, very odd. I'm gonna check my loop back. Oh, I know, you guys. All right, let me do that again. This should work now.
In the Black Swan, senses are gone.
Bear with me, because yeah, I'm sorry. I turned that down. We will get to this. So of course this is super important to me, because yeah, because I want you to hear the music. Okay, so are we ready? I'm gonna just test this and just make absolutely sure. Maybe and I'm not sure why this. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna hope for the best, because I really want this song to sound good. It's the first time it's being played. This is Black Swan. This is the first track from the album. I'm gonna leave it looping just so we can have a visual, because the video is still coming, and I will be playing the video later, I promise. So hopefully this works. And
liar, rising from the ashes of this wildfire. Am I just a token of the burning desire? Tears are calling us with my first breath. Am I really come to life or just a concept?
All right. Okay, I am turning my mic up. How is that? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Is that better? I am trying my best. There. Oh, wait. I got some volume. That's got to be better, right? All right. Sweet. Sweet. Thank you all for staying with me. You know how it is. Live stream, super live, off the cuff. Who knows what stupid things I'll say tonight? One can only hope. All right. Got volume AF, so that means I can probably pull down the gain just a little bit. All right. Awesome. So that's chapter 1, and that is available on catalog. Super, super excited. And by the way, those neat little QR codes on the right, that little yellow one will take you right to the catalog auction, which is cool. There's currently a bid on it, and I didn't even I didn't even put it up until now. Like, nobody's really known. I was kind of waiting to announce this. So it is on catalog, and you can use the QR code to go to it. And then the rest of my stuff is on OpenSea. And if you look at that blue one, you can go check it out there. So that's chapter 1. Stuff is crashed. She's born into outer space. And I'm actually going to show you, there's an animation. There's a unique animation that is sort of taken from the music video that we're about to see. And that is going to come with the NFTs. So check this out. This is the one for Black Swan. If you want to check out the visual, let me just fit it into this window like a champion. Oh yeah, so pro. We're so pro in here. So yeah, this is a very early version, and we're gonna just keep seeing versions of the animation. I filmed some of this in mocap, and I filmed some of this in green screen, and it's turning out a little different than we wanted, but this is the exclusive video that comes with the song. So that one is actually available on OpenSea. That one is on auction right now. If you want just the song, you can get it on Catalog. So, chapter 1, she's been born. Life is a little confusing, right? Stuff is hard to understand. So, like any brand new baby, she cries out in the universe, and then eventually she finds herself at a point where she is discovering joy. And this I actually chose to represent with Ethereum. And again, this was kind of not so much dictated by what I thought about the currency, but actually more about the kind of sounds that I was able to get out of it. So Bitcoin, most of those sounds that you heard are just entirely Bitcoin, and they're edgy, right? They're pretty aggressive. So even the drums. So when I just felt like it was going in that direction, it seemed really appropriate for it to be a chaos song about Black Swan. So Ethereum, because of the nature of the graph that I used, it kind of goes up and down, right? And it made a more sort of textured, grainy sort of thing. And I'm going to put out a video about this tomorrow and also show you guys some stuff later. But here is the Ethereum only composition that goes with this art. And this art is really cool. This is a hybrid of my graphs, some of the 3D art from Brandon Thompson, Sauce Monster, and this digital painting. So
We got zero left to prove. I can't help but fall for you.
So that one's a lot more hazy and dreamy, right? I gotta get these. I don't know where my PNGs are. They've all been very. I've got like 15 gigs of crazy stuff right now. But let me kind of just show you what I mean. So here's the ETH. So you can see, like, because it doesn't have as many just drastic spikes, that just translates to more grainy overall texture. So that's what I was working with for this one. And let me just put this back on loop so I can play you the next song, which is called Genesis Block. And by the way, like I said, all of these songs have crypto finance terms not only as their chapter name, but in all the lyrics. So this song, Genesis Block, the Genesis block is the first block in the blockchain, and in this case it is the discovery of joy. So I really hope you enjoy this one. It makes me really happy. I wrote a lot of it actually in my first vacation since the pandemic, going to Madrid, and really had a wonderful time and started writing this on the train. And I'm actually going to show you, no, I'll show you the animation after. Let's do stuff in the same order. So I'm going to play the song instead. Yeah. So Last Future just pointed out that I should mention, in case other people know, that I'm also singing. So there are sounds in there, of course, that are not just from the cryptographs. That's my voice. And to be honest with you, I was just finding after, like, by the way, I wrote this whole project in basically a sum total of about 3 or 4 full days, but split up into a couple hours here, a couple hours there, because some of you may or may not know, I'm also a university professor. So I have a lot of stuff to do, but the inspiration was just so crazy that I would just fit it in wherever and whenever I could. And so as I was starting to write this, I kind of found that, like, it was getting so synthetic. And as much as I love sound design, I love synthesis, I'm literally making everything from these very scratchy graphs. And I really was just longing for the organic. And that's actually kind of how the idea started, was what about this organic life form inside the blockchain, right? What about this heart, this soul? Like, how can I bring feelings back into it? I'm so mushy like that. I'm definitely super romantic and stuff, but that was one of the things that struck me about finance, was people are making these emotional, psychological decisions. That's what these graphs are. That's why I wanted to hear what they sounded like. So let's check out the animation for Genesis Block. These are all previews of my wonderful, crazy little world. So big shouts out again to Sauce Monster, who keeps sending me texts right now. He's literally rendering down this cut so that you all can see it tonight with me, and I'm super excited. And in the background, you can see this magic crypto space portal thing. This is all his work, so big shouts out to him for realizing the vision. But here is the magical first world that we have with Genesis Block.
We got zero left to prove. I can't help but fall for you.
I love that one. That one is just so super, super magical. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my gain stages here because I'm neurotic like that. But yeah, that really just, like, I don't know, my heart. So I started singing over top of these to create that analog in a digital world kind of juxtaposition. I really enjoyed it. So again, if you've been following the story so far, we have our girl here, the orphan block, born into complete chaos, lost, searching on this spaceship. And you may have also seen a couple of the little teasers of me in the portal and things like that. So hopefully you can get an idea of just what it's like to be floating alone. That's what an orphan block is, It is a piece of blockchain that is not connected to anything. So that's what she's trying to do. And she's just gone through the Genesis block, just eaten, drank, partied, gone through the world. And, this is the point where things start to catch up to her. This is the point where we go into, if you've been following along, isolation, confusion, and sabotage. And this is something that happens to all of us, or at least a lot of us, right? I've done it before. You get really happy. You get so happy and everything is complete joy. And then that weird little voice in the back of your head is like, this isn't right. Something's wrong. This is not my paradigm. My paradigm is crap. I deserve to be treated badly or whatever. We tell ourselves these stories and we kind of put ourselves in our own prison. And something really interesting that came up, the next theory, was the Eclipse Attack, right? An Eclipse Attack is this really nasty, I don't know, I think it is just crypto finance related, right? But what it is basically the hackers, they want to get to you and they build these walls, like these false fronts around you so that you think that you're mining, you think that you're doing your transaction as normal. And really, actually, you are not. You are going nowhere. You are basically shouting into the void. And that is how I've definitely felt, is totally like, am I crazy? What is going on? Like, and this is this moment where, I wrote out her story. Everyone I've ever loved has left me. Where did everyone go? I am alone in the darkness, and she is sealed in an alternate reality. And so the artwork that goes with that and is basically Uniswap. And it's interesting because Uniswap, right? Uniswap is a really pretty concept. It's a, if anything, you would think that it goes with the utopia and happiness concept, but the actual wavetable that it makes, let's bring that up. The actual wavetable it makes is kind of nasty, right? It's got this weird, it had this weird little spike. And so it actually made this really, really gnarly bass and creepy atmospherics. And so it ended up being what I used for Eclipse Attack. And if you can see the orphan here, she is locked inside this ship, kind of tethered to this, and is just feeling utterly alone in the universe. So here's the Uniswap only piece that goes with it, and then I will play you this song. And that's actually like the vocals in the beginning are actually pitched down. This is a continuous album, by the way. So if you do get one of the 3 copies of the whole album that are only ever going to be available, you will hear that it will transition from the end to Genesis block, which is super happy, you know, I can't help but fall for you. And then that's the beginning of this is actually fall for you, fall for you, fall. So that was basically, that is what we are dealing with here. Lost, nasty, and Uniswap, I kind of just turned into like an indulgent sound designer on this one because it truly just came out nasty no matter what I did. So this is Eclipse Attack. That's my favorite part right there, the whole album, to be honest with you. I love the cinematic stories. I always feel like I needed to be existing in some sort of 80s sci-fi universe. So living the dream. And here is the crazy little custom animation for Eclipse Attack. Again, a little bit excerpt from the video. Let me put that in here. So this one, yeah. I hope you are all as excited for this music video as I am. Like, all of these 3Ds are just little clips, little graphs in the top, the Ethereum. Oh man, like I gotta say, I am like, thank you to the person in the Twitch that said that it's awesome to see me stoked. I am really stoked because I've never before really had the resources to flesh out, so to speak, a vision, like literally have a character, have a visual. And I collaborated with so many cool artists on this, and at the same time, it was really my first time having such a strong visual element. I've never really had that at all. So this story just came out really naturally. It kind of wrote itself. And so I really hope that I can continue making crypto songs with this character. So after conquering, right, this prison in her own mind, our girl just realizes, hey, I don't need any of this crap. I can break down the walls and walk away, and I can essentially communicate directly with the universe. And this is where atomic swap comes in, chapter 4. So an atomic swap is simply a direct peer-to-peer connection. It's just sort of like where we're at. It's where Uniswap is. And it's also what has been getting me all the memes. Big shouts out to the Doge army. Y'all have been so crazy and awesome and appreciative, and I appreciate you just as much. And Doge has been a really fun one to do. And, you know, I could be all Mark Cuban, call it Doja, which I'm finding very hilarious. But here's the thing. Because of the way that Doge has grown, look at this. That is a real sparkly, peppy wavetable right there. And that made everything sparkly, happy, fun. And you'll hear when I play this NFT that's all Doge, how bubbly everything really is. Like, it's pretty hard not to be happy. It's kind of just like looking at the meme, which is really awesome. So this is chapter 4. And let's see where she is in the story. She's realized, oh, wow, I don't need this. We're self-defined beings. We need no administration or intermediary to directly and honestly connect to each other with flexible independence. So this is the Doge only composition. And this is a super cool point in this story, because after being tossed around in outer space, going to these desolate industrial worlds, which, you know, hopefully the symbolism is heavy here and it's obvious, because what I'm going for is the traditional banking system, traditional finance, or like these old ruined buildings that are dilapidated and need to be done something about. So our girl is going through space just looking for a place. And with atomic swap, everything is green again. Everything is hope. We have hope. We have liftoff, friends. So here, just to show you our little world, is the green is obviously symbolizing crypto and the new system and a new way of being. So this is the video that goes with Atomic Swap, the final chapter of 4. And actually, I know I'm playing this before the song, but whatever. I can do whatever I want. Yay! All right. So, without further ado, and this is really weird for me, y'all, because I made this, and I don't know if it was just influenced by the company I was keeping, because I've been hanging around with people who are just very happy and into happy music and super motivated. Wait, why is my Skype starting? That is not what I was trying to do. So I actually made 125 BPM. It's kind of like house. And of course, being me, I couldn't stick to it for the whole song. And I went halftime and stuff got crazy and whatever. But it is the most funky, positive track I've ever made. So hope I don't scare away all my bass heads. But yeah, this is Atomic Swap.
Connecting this atomic swap. Connecting this atomic swap. This atomic swap. These vibes run high, diverging from our spaces. Relay my soul, new protocol. We are the validators, connecting this atomic swap. Connecting this atomic swap.
Yay, yay. So that's basically the beginning story. And now let's kind of go through some of the other stuff going on, right? So this, why is it so ridiculously zoomed? Let's fix, whoa. Whoa, 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 calm down. Sorry, I'm just way too excited right now. All right, so this is actually, we're celebrating this catalog mint, right? There's two different things going on here. Catalog, if anyone doesn't know, and I'm sure there are people who don't know, Catalog is a really cool, it is the first audio-only NFT shop. So these are all one of ones, and there's a lot of really cool producers on there. They're curating it, they're onboarding people really slowly, and I was so thrilled because I actually just applied, and Jeremy, the co-founder, got back to me and said they were super supportive. They really wanted to work with me, and so here we are. And this is just a place to get the song and only the song, and that's what Catalog is about, right? So you can basically just go through and look at different records and whatnot, artists, browse. So it's just a really cool concept. However, I couldn't put all my NFTs on here because so many of them are audio visual. So instead, we did OpenSea. And why is this over here? My overlays have gone totally insane. So I'm sorry. I don't know what. Maybe this one's better. Yeah, I like this one better. Let's just go with this one. I don't know what's wrong with the other one. All right, cool. So we have the single songs that come with the videos that I showed you. And I just wanted to add that these songs are never going to be sold in high quality anywhere else. They are going to come out on Audius in a couple weeks, and there's going to be a remix contest, which is going to be super cool. And there's going to be prizes from Kilohertz and some other stuff. So I will be talking about that a little bit more. There are 3 copies available of the full EP, and that also comes with this cool little animated cover. So as you can see, and let me add that another thing that we're doing that's real weird is we are having a live release party for the auction close. So this Saturday, you can see this flyer has been flashing and annoying you over my head for like the last hour. We are having a party with a couple of other really awesome artists, and the auctions are going to be closing live. And I'm going to be performing as the Orphan Block for the first time ever. So I will talk to you in a second about what I'm going to do for my set, and we're going to nerd out the way I always do. But here is just the whole EP. So yeah, it comes with this custom animated cover and only 3 copies. Then we also have some other interesting things here. We have the 4K music video. So again, I'm going to put this music video out, but the high quality copy is only ever going to come in this NFT. Then we got these deluxe packs, and so they come with the full EP and the 4K video, and you get to commission a piece from me in any cryptocurrency you like. So if you want me to do whatever shitcoin or something cool, I enjoyed this project so much, I'm thinking of doing version 2, all proof of stake, like do Cardano and Tezos and stuff like that. But yeah, it comes with this nifty little GIF cover, and you can ask me for anything. So there's 4 opportunities to get songs like this. And then the last package up here, this is the special one. This comes with this full long animation, and then you get my journal, which is this crazy handwritten thing that I've been showing you the whole stream. So like I said, this is the most non-fungible thing you could possibly get. This will never exist again. And not only is it just my project journal and it has lyric writing processes and fancy stuff, it's also got like some really personal, just handwritten entries about the process. There were moments where I just got a little crazy because I've never tried to do anything so fast. I wrote it all down. I wrote down what inspired everything. Let's take a look actually at this VIP cover. And so this, again, this is like the deluxe cut animation from the video in a certain way. And here is what it looks like. So this is kind of the teaser for the beginning of the video when you see this little planet in outer space. You can't really tell what it is. And by the way, big update, we are 14 minutes till the upload is done on the first cut of the video. Woo! Getting so excited. And you start to see, oh, what is that? Is that a Bitcoin? What? Oh, now we're inside a spaceship. Bruh. So that is the fancy cover that you get if you are the one of one person getting my deluxe video, EP, and journal. So this I really hope to share with somebody who's super excited about it, because again, this is like the most personal project I've ever done. So let me tell you a little bit more about the kind of cool thing that's going on with the production of this. So the company that I worked with, Stakes, approached me because they have a really cool idea, which is tokenizing the production of live events. They actually if you go to, they have a stakes.events page, and it's got me on the front page right now because this is my event that's coming up. But essentially, you can go and invest in these different events and potentially get a return on your investment, right? Using crypto and using this secure, decentralized, trustless platform. So when COVID happened, they sort of pivoted, right? Because there wasn't really any live events, and started thinking about, what about getting into creative productions? And essentially, like before this, if I wanted to do a project that had crazy animation like this and music videos and, you know, all the other stuff I've been able to do to up level the production of this, I would have had to either get a loan traditionally, or I would have to rely on a record label. And so because of them, this is a unique agreement where essentially, and I don't know why this is not open. Interesting. It was open, so something's happening. But basically, if you go from my website or if you write to this email, you can get whitelisted, which is just a security thing that you have to do when you're dealing with investment in the blockchain. You have to vet the people who are buying it. So if you are interested, go for it. This is basically talking about my project, talks about the NFTs, and talks about our live release party. And so if you get tokens from this and I make money on my NFTs and whatever, you start getting your money back and you get more. So that's just kind of a cool product, because I thought about doing Kickstarters or Patreon, and I didn't necessarily want to sort of be beholden. I feel a little bit like if I do this monthly Patreon thing, I have to kind of always just be performing and outputting content, and I'm not quite at that point. So I really like the idea of just going, hey, like how can my community support me and I support them back? What if I use these resources to create a really, really cool project and then let them share in its success? So that is basically how it works. And I kind of want to take you through our little virtual release party, which you can see again flashing over your head, and tell you about some of the artists. So really special, fun stuff. We're going to be streaming it live from this place called Insomnia this Saturday at 6 p.m. Central European time, which is noon on the East Coast of the US. It's going to be 3 hours long, and the auctions are going to close live. So I'm going to be performing, as well as Luigi Tasso and really Ryan. And we're also going to have some interviews. We're going to have a little bit of meet and greets. There's going to be like little surprises along the way. So let me show you this first. This is Soundstage, another excellent, cool company run by a good friend of mine from Barcelona. And essentially, they've also pivoted. They started out being this two-way live streaming event, and now they are actually hosting virtual clubs. So the way it works is anybody who has a bid, any bid, open on one of my auctions is free to contact us, and they can come to this virtual party, which will have spatial audio. So you can come in and walk up to us playing and hear it louder. You can walk away and get further. And there's going to be a virtual art gallery. So you're going to be able to see my NFTs as well as the other two artists' NFTs hanging on the walls. So I want to show you Luigi first. Luigi is super incredible. And, you know, full disclosure, both Luigi and Ryan were students of mine at Berkeley last year. And I was just struck by how really exceptional and original they both were. And they both happen to be still kicking it in Valencia, Spain, which is where I'm broadcasting to you from. And Luigi I'm going to show you first. Luigi will be the second opener. He's been creating this incredible universe of this album, this beautiful album called Genesis. And this has nothing to do with NFTs. He started this album. I can attest to this. He was working on it, in 2019 at school. So in his collection, he's actually taking excerpts from this. His project follows the timeline of evolution. It's weirdly similar, and it just falls into place. It's so synergistic that I just thought it can't be a coincidence. It's amazing. It just fits so well. So he's getting ready to release the whole project, but he's doing the NFTs for this, and there is extra unlockable content. Let's check out a couple of them so you can just see like how beautiful his stuff is. So these are just the visuals. I don't think he'd get mad if I played one of his songs. If he gets mad, I'm sorry, Luigi, but I really want to play one of your songs and there's no audio, but you can see how beautiful this animation is. So let me pull up a secret. I don't think he'd want me to bust Luigi. Can I find it? I don't know if I have it. That's kind of a bummer. Let's see if he put any of it here. Oh, cool. There is some stuff here. So let's actually play from his legit stuff, and then I won't steal his backdoor. But it's really beautiful music. And so his animations are up at OpenSea as well, and we are all closing our auctions together live at the show during our performances. So again, if you're just tuning in, we're listening to Luigi Tasso, incredibly talented producer, and this is some of his NFT collection, which is really like just stunning. Oh, and his chords just make me like tear up. This is so good. I cannot wait to see him play. He will be playing basically right before me, and then really Ryan will be doing sets in between us as well. Seriously, I love this music so much. It's so special. So yeah, if you want to hear more of Luigi, he's got a few gorgeous songs up there, and he's going to be playing a 30-minute live set during that party on Saturday. So, and then I will show you Really Ryan as well. Really Ryan, he's been my blessing, my right hand this year. If any of you saw my Funk Hunters Valentine's Day stream, he actually, and I can actually just pull that up for a second. He did all the visuals for that, and he's so talented. He literally did visuals for every single song. And if you see me play, you know that I mix fast, so that means I played like at least 30 songs or something. So just a little excerpt of like some of the visual stuff he was doing. So some of it was sincere, some of it was kind of memey. Anyways, he made me look so much more epic in my living room. That's a laundry rack. I'm just gonna like dispel all the mystery here. This is me in my little 1-bedroom apartment in Valencia with a laundry rack, and it looks amazing. So that's thanks to Ryan. He also helps me co-curate my Audius playlist. So if you've never checked out Audius, again, high quality audio, and I do this playlist called Horizons, and he helps me find the freshest tracks. So you can submit to us. We actually have a Reddit thread on the Audius Reddit, and I update it. Try to do it every few weeks, but right now I've just been so crazy with this project. It'll probably be the beginning of next month. But really, Ryan does something really cool as well. He performs doing live audio and visuals with a theremin, a MIDI theremin controlling that. So let's check that out a bit. Yeah, there are MIDI theremins, y'all. So Ryan is epic. Love you so much, Ryan. You're the best. And he has made some NFTs. If you couldn't tell, Ryan is a memer. So this one is called Planet Shitmoji. And you know, I honestly love it because we've got the full spectrum here. We have this like incredible emotional, really deep stuff, and then we have this, you know, literal shit post. But it's so amazing, and just I really appreciate all the energy. And so since we're doing exclusive stuff right now, I still gotta wait a few minutes, so I will go in and nerd out on sound design with y'all in a second if there are people that still want to go behind the sounds a bit. But I do want to show you something that will also be shown at the launch, but just very exclusive. I want to show you the first look at the making of the video, which was a lot of motion capture, and it was done at this awesome place in Valencia called Curiosibot. They are like a maker lab. They have 3D printers, laser cutters, co-working space. So if you're in Valencia, you know, check them out. Let me just clear the way for this. Cool. All right, so check this out. This is a little bit of behind the scenes for you. So yeah, and to be honest with you, we had a lot of crazy stuff happen with the motion capture. It turns out that like in Hollywood, they have giant teams of people that work on motion capture. And there's like a whole person who's just animating the skeleton. And so again, shouts out to poor Brandon who has just been doing this single-handedly. And I really, really appreciate everything that he has done because he's been doing this like all by himself and doing all these incredible, gorgeous animations. So I know that some people kind of just tuned in, but I really just want to at least go through these little ones again because they were just so cool. We don't have to like listen to the whole thing, but again, like I'm just really amazed for the first time, like seeing my vision happen. So from the first chapter again, and these are the limited edition NFTs. So only let me know, that's not an NFT, that is my interface. Only one person will ever own this particular thing, right? So this one, and this was a very early on piece of the animation when we were just putting my body in there. So super cool, up in this weird little space portal having adventures in the blockchain. I love these little guys. So cute. And then we went to, it's just our story recap, right? And then we went to another planet looking for life and just basically partied and went to like Blade Runner Vegas and drank and ate all the things we weren't supposed to, like Alice in Wonderland style. Kind of ran around looking for life, and instead we just found this like giant Ethereum coin. Ooh, 1 minute, 30 seconds from Sauce Monster the movie. Yes, Brandon. Yes. So this is really exciting. And then we got trapped in our own BS, right? And Last Future said in the chat, crypto gaslighting. That is the best description ever. So locked in a cold, hard prison and whatnot. Again, I love this crypto spaceship so much. I wish that I could just check all of my daily crypto here instead of, on an app. I wish I had a spaceship, if you couldn't tell. So thank you, Brendan, for making me a spaceship. I really appreciate it. I wish I could be inside of it for real. So we do that. And then the final chapter, the jungle world. And since Brandon is in the chat, what was the most annoying world to make, and what was the easiest one? That is a question I want to know. And he's probably gonna be like, it all sucked and I haven't slept in a week, leave me alone. So yeah, this is my jungle world, overgrown with crypto, with new life, with hope, with sunlight. Now we are getting somewhere. So if you couldn't tell, I fell so deeply in love with this story and into this, and I really hope that you will feel the same. So before I go into the sound design, I actually wanted to show you a little bit. Let's nerd out on my live set. All right, so I'm building this. If you have never seen me, I usually perform with a custom TouchOSC controller that looks more like this. This is my DJ setup. This is kind of how I just play. And I'm going to be doing a DJ set because this whole EP is 17 minutes. So if I just did the orphan block strictly, it would be over in 17 minutes. This is the problem with starting a new project. So I will be DJing after that with my normal stuff. But this is something that I've made in a TouchOSC just specifically for the orphan block. So I kind of had a little bit of fun with this. Instead of naming things proper, which may or may not confuse me in the end, these all have very esoteric little names. I have a death button. I have a rebirth button. I have a shimmering fader. I have an apocalypse fader, a hypnosis fader, and a filtered reality. We can also scan, oscillate, glitch, and dissolve. And then there's, a couple of straightforward things like the oh shit buttons on the top right, which are like everything's gone to hell, please make it stop buttons, and a couple of vocal effects and drums, melodies, bass, and vocals. I'm going to be doing this inside of Ableton with a bunch of crazy scenes, and I just really like enjoyed the opportunity to just build a set that is totally not for me. It's really the first time I've been at Alicia since I was like 13 years old. And I've been working on another project, another new name. And that's sort of what I was hyping everyone up about all last year when I said I was done. And then the orphan block just kind of interrupted me and just threw me for a loop. So again, like this is going to be the first time I play with this new setup for the performance. And I think it's going to be really, really cool. I hope. So let's, wow, this is crazy. You know, y'all are in real time just witnessing the fact that I'm about to see this first cut for the first time. Like I said, we are down to the minute. This is so exciting. What is up, Kevin McGovern? Oh my gosh. One of my favorite people in the world is here in the house. So excited. So again, just going back to, for anyone who is just joining us, we are celebrating two things. We are celebrating the NFT drop of Catalog, which again is an audio-only NFT website. And this is the first minting of the orphan block. And there's 2 bids on it, which is crazy. Like I said, I'm so thankful for that, and it really makes me feel inspired to create even more cool concept projects. And it's kind of reverse psychology, you know, because a lot of the time with Spotify, with all this stuff, you have to, as a working artist, go like, okay, well, what is going to be accessible to the most people? And this philosophy is kind of the opposite of that, right? I'm just like, what is important to me? Who do I want to be? What do I want to express? And I think that that's our fantasy of how people write music. But, you know, it's not always a reality when you're kind of just an independent artist, right? So this has been something super powerful for me, is to have stakes, setting this up here and allowing me to get people in my community to invest in this. So essentially, if you invest in this and then you know, a bunch of people buy my NFTs, like I said, you actually make money off of supporting me, which I think is really cool. So Cryptowaves is live on OpenSea. All the auctions are going to end exactly during the set. So you can come in and watch this virtually. You can come to the VR Club if you are one of the bidders on the VIP list. You can see that they've got a lot of cool things coming up. Something with Kill Paris, record label showcases, stuff with Future Collective. This is all super, super exciting. So since we still have a little bit of time before we go into the video premiere, I'm just waiting for it to upload. Let's nerd out on, let me see. I think I can do this. There we go. There's Ableton. So I don't know if anyone else has this problem. Like, my CPU just goes absolutely nuts. And yes, I may be streaming and I may be operating on 48K with 256. Okay, fair enough. But I also have like a 10-core computer here, so there's really no reason. I'm not going to change the sample rate because I'm scared that it's just going to explode. So maybe I will just up the latency a bit, because this is the project file for Black Swan, and it's super, super heavy. As you can see, I'm getting the rainbow wheel of death on my 10-core computer as it loads. And so let's talk about the process a little bit while we are watching this screen of death spin. Basically, what I started out by doing is importing all the graphs, as we talked about at the beginning, and then really just seeing how many variations I could make, because I had no choice. I had basically created this limitation of only 4 currencies. So everything, and please let my audio just freaking, why is it not working? I'm going to fix this. All right, we're going to do a diagnostic. How many, okay, I see Ableton Live 11. It's like it's not picking up. Oh, I know, because this interface is set up to use Ableton Live Beta. That would be the problem. That should be, let's see. No, that's not the problem. Oh, I thought I was so smart. I'm not really sure why. Maybe the beta thing is causing a problem. Maybe... no. What if I just do this? I shouldn't have to do this because I'm actually using loopback, so it's supposed to just grab things for me. I don't know why it's being so insanely difficult, but it was working, I swear, before I started this stream. And then it just stopped working because it's awesome like that. So what if if this doesn't work, I'm going to try switching interfaces and stuff. But the reality is that OBS just does not work properly. I can see it. I can see it. What is going on? It's not coming. Oh, you know what, you guys? I am really stupid. I forgot that there is volume automation. So I'm pretty sure that is actually the problem. I'm sorry. That is a rookie mistake indeed. Let me just put it back and let's try seeing if not having the gain automated to infinite dB is the problem. Student mistake. If anyone has any questions and they want to post them in the chat while I'm just like setting this back to normal and trying not to be super embarrassed about it, let's I don't usually do that, but because this is a continuous EP, I had to do some really specific, really small automations so that I wouldn't like cut off the reverb tails and do the other things while this was happening. All right, so let's go here and if this isn't it, then I made another rookie mistake and I don't know what. Okay, so how about let's just take this off. There it is. Way. All right. So for the full compositions, they all use a little bit of all the sounds because honestly, don't get mad at me, it was restrictive enough to just use 4 different graphs for everything. So you got to give me some slack here. I had to at least mix and match. Otherwise, I would have just had very, I could do those 30-second compositions, no problem. But for these, it was a little bit tougher. So again, I've got I used a few different synths for this. I actually used Faceplant a bunch, and unfortunately what was happening is in the middle of that I was beta testing for them, and when I got the full version and I updated, it kind of zapped half the patches in my projects, and I was just a dummy and I hadn't saved them properly. So I want to give a shout out to Faceplant because I actually did use them a lot, and then it zapped me. So it was unfortunate. Most of the patches here you'll see are done in either Serum or Vital. So one of the hardest things to do was the drums. And you can see that I have this like massive plug-in chain to make it a little more usable. So let me go into Vital and take a look. So this is actually an Ethereum, as you can see. Here's the little up and down grainy type of thing. And let's take all of this off. Why not? Because we want to hear how it started. So it's very kind of weak, but again, this thing sounds like a scratchy static thing. It's pretty crazy. So what I did in Vital was I formant scaled it down, right? Because otherwise it's like it just gives it a little bit of a deeper thing, and then formant morphing the wavetable as well, just trying to make it a little bit deeper. And then, the one semi-cheating thing is I also put a little bit of a kick attack in there. It was just not, I layered it. It was just not getting there. There's also a lot of distortion and compression and EQ because without it, that's it. You can't even really hear it, right? Oh, you're not hearing the DAW? You should be hearing the DAW. Okay. Oh, it's coming out. It's just like super, super quiet. Wait, why is it not? Okay, let me figure that out. Right. Oh, gotta love the stream issues. Yeah, I think it's just like super, super quiet because it's coming out here. Let me Oh, that's lame. Let me just think. Why must you torment me? Still not coming out. Weird. It is coming out fine in loopback, and it is not coming out anywhere else. I gotta love audio problems. So let me show you. You can watch my issues, right? So it's on, it's going, it's in, it's on, right? It should be all good. But then I'm gonna open the advanced audio settings. It's still there. It's still on. If I play the track, is it really maybe that it's just quiet? Let's see. No, it's coming. It's totally died. All right, that's really lame. Let me see if I can add it again. So desktop audio disabled. Gosh, gotta love this. Okay, I think I did it. I think remaking the device. Oh, yep, I think that was it. I think we did it. Woo! All right. Thanks for putting up with me, everyone. I swear I do this for a living, and I can fix problems. It just sometimes takes a little bit of troubleshooting. So turning it off and turning it on again, that is the most common one. All right, so now that I've gotten this patch super stark, oh, you're over here. Super stark naked. You hear that little tiny click? That's basically it without anything on it. So I just kind of went through the wavetable in this case, and I just found like a spot on it that had something going on. So you can see kind of it just moving like a little bit, and then put some distortion just to give it some harmonics, multiband compressor. And that, of course, makes the most difference, right? That gives it a little bit of oomph. And then an EQ, just to kind of get some of the crap out of it. And it's still really crappy, right? So then I don't think this frequency shifter is doing anything. But yeah, I think I probably started something and left it there and didn't really care. And then I have this multiband, and I'm going to actually move this little chat thing because I know it's kind of getting in the way. Let's just put it here. No one needs to see it. Perfect. All right, so now we have this multi-band Gaffle rack. And Gaffle is this plugin by Clevegrand. It's just a frequency splitter that is automatic. So when I make a Gaffle and when I make another one, it actually lines up all these bands. So I can set the frequency bands and split them and do things to them. So with this rack on, I was able to do a couple things. On the mid bus, I put this unfiltered audio, this mild AGC saturation type of setting, which I tweaked just to give it more anything. And then one of my favorite weapons for saving it in the drum bus. And then a glue compressor. I feel like this is double coming out. I think it's just me. I think I have the monitoring on. So let me just turn the monitor off or else it's going to drive me nuts. Okay, whatever. I'm going to trust that it sounds right on the other end. And then the glue compressor with some soft clipping. And then you kind of get, this is the kick for Black Swan. I got to deal with this loopback thing. It's going to kill me. There we go. And then the snare is also in Vital, and it's basically layered very heavily, but it's, again, I think, oh, this is cool. This is Uniswap, because Uniswap, if you remember, I told you it had the biggest sort of gnarly graph. Uniswap with a sine wave that is being FM'd by the Uniswap, and then this white noise and a bunch of filters to make And distortion, compression, and EQ. My lifesavers, my homies, thank you. And this has, of course, a drum bus, a glue compressor, a vintage verb, and a Pro Q3. But the drums are not really the most interesting part of it. There's a lot of other fun things in here. These percussion bubbles, this is something... That's the percussion in the chorus of Black Swan, which is actually one of my favorite parts of the song. So if you hear, if just isolated all the drums. Kind of sound like plastic little bottles, right? And that I love that. So what I did with this actually is I used the frequency shifter and I used Corpus. And Corpus is a really cool resonator thing in Ableton that allows you to just give a drum body of some kind. You can pick from different types of membranes or strings or beams or tubes or whatever you want. And then I put that through OTT. So if I take off this fake body and the frequency shifter, that bubble sounds like this. Like, what the hell is that? I'm not really sure why I even bothered with that. I think I was just like, okay, cool. I got it to kind of pluck. And so this is actually all four of these wavetables. This has got Bitcoin, Doge, Ethereum, and then Uniswap in the sample player. And there's just a gnarly amount of LFO assignments to things. There's the multiband compressor. There's some signfold distortion. But really, it doesn't become that cool plasticky thing until we do the frequency shifter. So that kind of just messes with the inharmonics a little bit, makes it more percussive, and then the Corpus gives it the body. And then the OTT punches it up, and then the Fab filter takes it down a little bit. All right, cool. Drums. Some people will find that really interesting, some people not so much. So let's move on to like some juicy sounds, as a friend of mine likes to say. So in Searing is kind of a classic. For those of you who aren't into synths, this is kind of like what everyone has been using for years, and then now Vital is the new kid on the block. And I love them both. And so for this project, I had to basically start with Searing, because Searing allows you to import these PNGs, just drag and drop, right? You can literally like drag and drop and it will pull it in, and we can do that. I can make a blank one and show you how that works in a second. And Wavetable in Ableton allows you to do it, but it's not very good and it doesn't have a lot of things. So what I would do is I would import this into Searing, make sounds or make wavetables, and then run them through Vital and Phase Plant and any other wavetable synth and go from there. So this one is, oh, let's go. Where is my Bitcoin? Why is it not working? There. And the thing I like about Searing, like, a lot is these weird little, like, you can LFO the points of your LFOs. So that's, oh, and the video is ready for me to start downloading. So I'm going to do that while I keep showing you because it's really exciting. So yeah, I'm stoked that you all are interested in my nerdness. But you can hear how, like, that weird resonance is being modulated by this trippy LFO. And this sine wave is just being FM'd by this Bitcoin. And then there's lots of effects: hyperdimension, delay, EQ, distorted comb filter, multiband compression, and reverb. And then after that, I have it running through Soothe. I have it running through this crazy distortion. So if I take that off, just a little less wide. It's also panning and going through an EQ. So that's this part of the song. Of course, it's not mixed at all anymore because I've gone and like wrecked all the volumes of stuff, but you get the point. So that one, and then I kind of just use Bitcoin a lot to make really aggressive plucks, like the ones that are a little nastier. This one is called Hard Fork, and again, it has the same bass thing, but it has a whole different weird shaped LFO. And so to be honest, a lot of the time I would start from one preset and kind of work outwards and just... So this one's a lot more music boxy. And it has to do with the EQing and the filtering. Really nice and plucky. And then I think even this one came from that same family. Oh yeah. So I did a lot of this FMing stuff and just taking a sine wave and modulating it with one of the waveforms to just give it a little bit more body and structure. So this one is the Searing lead synth that's sort of taking the place of a guitar. Well, not up there, it isn't. Let me just transpose my 25 key keyboard. Oh my gosh, octave down, I said. All right, I'm looking for this shared folder. There it is, Brandon Thompson. Cool. And then here's another one with Ethereum. And remember I said earlier that it makes this super grainy sounds. This is two of them together. And this is, you can see in the 3D view, you can really see the graph. It really just makes this super gnarly textured stuff because it goes up and down like kind of evenly on a gradient. So this is actually kind of one of the bass atmospheres for Black Swan. It's just a really weird, nasty, kind of like uneasy sort of texture, and it's repeating in the beginning. And it's very, very quiet. Where does it come in? Yeah, it automates in with a bunch of filters, so I don't know if I can just spontaneously play it. But I'll just keep going for a second. Oh, Premiere View. Let's download that. I'm so excited. Are you excited? I'm really excited, and I've never seen it either. Okay, we're all watching this together. So, synth strings. This is a Vital one. This is Bitcoin and Doge together in harmony. And this one's super filtered and watery. I love watching the interface of this one. Although it's interesting, when I pull these graphs into Vital, you can see they don't really preserve the look of the original. It's just the way it renders it. But again, I did a bunch of form and scaling, which is good when, like, maybe I should show you what these sound like if you just play them as waves. Let's see. I think I have the wavetable. Go. There they are. So they sound horrible, okay? Just buyer beware. That's what Ethereum sounds like. That's Uniswap. That's Doge. And that's Bitcoin. So you don't really want to use these, right, as audio files. You want to turn them into wavetables and do stuff with them. So that is what I did. And that is kind of how... So this has got the whole stack pretty much. Vital has this really neat freeze mode in the chorus, which turns it into this trippy, creepy reverb kind of swirling thing. And I got some distortion, again, the multiband compressor, a delay, filters on top of filters, filtered reverb, and then some OTT. So one might say that I blurred it, and then I sharpened it, and then I blurred it some more, and then I sharpened it some more, and then I cleaned it up, and then I blurred it some more with a Valhalla Supermassive and a stereo spreader. And then I made it aggressive with a drum bus and a curve pressor and a Pro Q3. So as you can see, it got a little intense, right? Because as I went on, I was just like, how am I really have to pull textures out of the ether, right? Where's my Doge? These ones are the beginning of the album right here, the weird little like bubbling. cool, right? Oh, and this is one of my favorites here. This is a bass, since we've kind of gone through some plucks and we've gone through some drums. This is a Uniswap. I remember I said Uniswap is the nasty one. So Uniswap does... So this one's got hard clipping, phaser, chorus, compressor. So that's really like how the song starts, right? Just thrown into this crazy universe. And then there's also this, what I call this percussion synth thing, which is another corpus trick. Kind of like this FM-y sounding bass, right? And so that one is just Doge. But what I'm doing is modulating the inharmonics of the spectrum. So that's what makes it sound kind of like FM, because in FM synthesis, you are messing with tiny little bits of harmonics the whole time. So in this case, we are taking that joyful Doge and messing with the formants and the inharmonics, and got a little bit of a flange, got some more compression. So you'll see the pattern is generally lots of multiband compression, lots of EQs, lots of distortion, and then lots of, cleaning it up. Oh, and this is another cool bass that I also used in the track. And this one, there's not much done outside the synth except a couple of, this is what I usually do with bass. I split it into 3. I compress the hell out of the sub. And then in the mid, I can put all these juicy little distortion and another distortion, and I can do all kinds of stuff while splitting it. So this one only has stuff on the middle. One of the things I really like about to do is put phasers and things like that at 0 rate. So you're not getting that flangey effect if you don't want to. You're just getting a tone. You're just getting a phase tone. So this one is just... Yeah, I really like that one. So, and then the rest of them is just vocals in this track. So that's basically the breakdown. And I do want to load up at least one more, because I'm really proud of these horns that I made for Genesis block. So let's load that one up. And then after I do that, we're going to premiere the video, and I'm going to sign off for the night because I have been working so much on this show, and I actually need to keep getting my set together. So I'm going to show you this one more. Does anyone have any questions at all? Come on, y'all are so quiet. Yeah. I'm really excited for this release party. I'm really excited to sort of introduce you to Luigi and to Ryan and to just see how this goes, because as far as I know, this has not been done. I mean, NFTs are a thing. Everyone's doing NFTs. Everyone's doing auctions. I don't know that people have done like an auction closing party like that before. So again, while we watch my blue screen of death, or not blue screen of death, beach ball of death. I'm sorry, beach ball of death. Let me just go back and circle one more time and give shouts out to Catalog for being so awesome and supporting me as I mint my very first song. And yeah, please come bid on it. I'm really stoked. It's at 0.4 ETH right now, which is really rad. And I'm just trying to tell, this means so much to me, because on Spotify, I would be getting 0.000000004 cents, right? So this is just really nice that somebody is going to treasure this as much as I treasured making it. And just to go back, let's see. Oh, we've done it. But just to go, shouts out on the OpenSea. You can get a custom currency song. You can get my journal. You can get single songs with animations. And why? Oh, that's why. Because for some reason it's sorting on auction, but I do have some set price items, which are those animated digital things with the compositions. So those you can just buy. The Doge one, of course, is getting the most attention right now. So Genesis block. This one was a lot more fun to make right after Black Swan because I'd just been lost in like murky Blade Runner land. And so again, there's a lot of the same root patches because yeah, there's just only so much stuff that worked in this project. But what I want to show you is a couple of other things. So I made this thing that I call brass. I don't know if it's exactly brass, but maybe it's brass in outer space, right? You never know what they have. And it's made from Doge, but with Bitcoin in the sample player. And let me go up. And let me give me some volume in this place. Because I'm an old school producer, so I mix with a lot of headroom, which is probably why this is so quiet. Pretty cool, right? So a lot of it is just using LFOs kind of as envelopes for the single hit and just really just trying to replicate this kind of physical modeling type stuff. So one of the cool things that Vital has is key tracked and audio rate modulating everything, which I call musical modulation. And that's what I teach when I'm teaching Vital. But essentially I've got this comb filter that is tracking by key and is set to be exactly 1 octave below the note that you're playing. So without it, it's a little sharper, and with it, it's giving you this nice harmonic, like, and you see it's moving up and down for every note that it is, right? Which is super cool. So that's what's giving it more of a realistic characteristic combined with this weird envelope that to me looks like someone's mouth blowing on brass, right? Like a and that's how I always say, like if you're learning sound design and you're getting overwhelmed, just draw it like you hear it, you know? Like what does sound look like? Like that, right? And then, of course, there's the giant pile of let's use all the pretty colors and effects in Vital. Thank you, Matt, for making this color scheme. I love it. It's my favorite. I like pink. Whatever. I'm basic. Yeah, basic. Here's the chorus in freeze mode again. Some distortion. And if I let's take those off. So you can see it's kind of crappy. But the chorus in freeze mode gives you that weird tone, distortion. That really gave it that kind of blurry, brassy feel. And then, of course, the compressor to fix that balance once I dirtied it up and bring that. And then what else did I have in it? EQ to give it a little bump. I think a little notch filter blend that's also being key tracked. So that's another little like nuance that's coming. And I think I had the phaser or the reverb or something. I don't know. So that's one of my personal favorites. Brass made out of Doge and Bitcoin. And then the last thing that I think I'll show you before we get to the video is this Wonky Harp. And again, this is playing off of musical modulation. And so I've got Doge and Uni, and this time I have this very aggressive comb and this other dirty filter, and they're all key tracking. And then I have this very plucky shape because I really wanted to get this kind of harp feeling. And that's the thing that everyone's going crazy for with the Doge, right? And again, sorry, me and my headroom. What are you going to do? You're going to do this. So you can see like all of the modulation is moving super musically. So I love it. So anyways, the moment is here. It's like perfect timing. I was going to kind of go on for about 2 hours and I was going to see how it went. And I'm so happy that we shared all of this. So let me grab the premiere. And again, Brandon wanted me to say that this is not the final version, right? This is the version that we were able to export at this exact moment in time. He's still doing some final stuff, some After Effects. So this is, again, you're never going to see this again. We should really make this stream an NFT because this is literally never going to be played like this again. So because I am so smart, I didn't look at where I downloaded that to. So give me a second. Show in Finder. Yes. All right. Are we ready? I'm so ready. Holy crap. Let me give a view that's going to do this justice, and let me add the source because we are going to do it proper. We're not going to have my browser hanging out in the background again because that's lame. So let's do QuickTime Player. All right. We are so ready to do this. Don't you love watching me just like create scenes on the fly? I'm just clearly so talented. So we're going to pull this down, down, down. There I am. Hello, everyone. And we're going to just watch it like this. Okay. Without further ado, here is the first cut of Black Swan music video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope I enjoy it. This is the first time for everything. Thank you, Sauce Monster.
Rising from the ashes of this wildfire. Am I just a token of the burning desire? Tears like falling eyes with my first breath. Am I really come to life or just a concept? Running in the darkness with truth so empty.
Whoa, whoa. That was insane. I'm tripping so hard. That was awesome. So yeah, this is like draft one. There's going to be a bunch of other things to put it all together and finalize it, and that is going to be available in 4K pretty soon. So yeah, like the chat asking why I'm that clinched. I think you mean cinched or whatever. Basically, it's just originally I did the whole thing in this mocap suit, right? And we just don't have the resources to finish the animation and do it the way we wanted. So instead, we just tried to match the kind of Android look and make it more unified. So again, there's going to be some processing. There's going to be some more effects over top of that. So you just saw like the most raw version of it, but I just didn't want to wait anymore to see it, and I really wanted to celebrate that this came out on catalog today. So yeah, on OpenSea there is going to be just a couple of copies available. This will also never come out, so you can get, why is it, there we go. So just to kind of go over it one more time again before I sign off, you can get these cool set price currency specific Ethereum, Doge, Uniswap, and Bitcoin pieces of art that come with these little compositions. You can get the single songs, which all come with custom animations. You can get the EP, of which only 3 full copies will ever exist. There are 4 copies of the 4K music video that, again, it's going to be a level up from this. I will be premiering it again live at the release party this Saturday. And then there are 4 opportunities to get a custom currency song from me, whatever token you want. I will do it. I will make a track. I will give you all the sounds from it as well. And there is 1 opportunity to get a copy of my journal, the most non-fungible token ever. I'm crazy. I learned how to do calligraphy back when I was a kid and I had no friends. Benefit from my isolation. You know, this may be worth a lot someday. You never know. So either way, you can also just, if you just want the audio, you can bid on this catalog auction, which is happening now and will remain open until the party. And let me just circle back again and tell you about this release party because it is internet. You can come. It's on the internet. So 6 p.m. Central European time. That's noon in New York and 9 a.m. in LA. It's the only thing that, works sort of for everyone. And so come to the event. It will be live on all these platforms that you're watching. It'll also be live on the Stakes Twitch as well, if you're so inclined. And please do come and check it out this Saturday. So thank you so much, everyone. And if you missed it, I played all the songs at the beginning. We've just been listening and hanging out, and I'm so grateful for everyone who supported. If you are not a U.S. person, if you are from anywhere but the U.S., you can actually invest in this project, okay? You can get whitelisted, and if you don't want to figure out where that is, literally just go il-isha.com/cryptowaves, okay? And that will take you to a place where you can fill out a form for more information. But essentially, yeah, if I sell my NFTs, you make money. Kind of cool. So I'm really excited to do this, and thank you to Stakes. Thank you to really Ryan and Luigi for doing such beautiful artwork and coming and connecting. Thank you to everyone who has worked on this project. We had some really amazing stuff from Curiosibot, which is a really cool place you should check out if you're in Valencia. Bonafide 7, a collective of producers and mixing engineers. Shouts out to Kartikea Dixit for mastering and doing the final mix so that I could focus on the video. He's a wizard. He put up with me and all my many specific demands. And yeah, I'm just feeling really emotional, and thank you. I'm going to sign off, and I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I hope to see you all on